Get on your coat and let's get out of here.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you happen to see the look on Amanda's face when she and Eve left for lunch?
Yes, I did. It was unmistakable.
You know, I was feeling a little worried about Amanda, but it seems like Ben's note to Jennifer and his note to Eve got her right back on the track.
You know, Miss Todd, for a woman who's worried about a whole slew of little marlers keeping her too busy, you certainly do devote a lot of time to the well-being of everybody you know here in Springfield.
Yes, I do. But you are, and always will be, my #1 priority.
Thanks. Promise?
Oh, yeah, I promise. I'll be here as long as you need me.
Well, in that case, why don't you reserve, say, the rest of your life?
The rest of my life. Okay, fine.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I hate to break this little meeting up, but I need your opinion on something, Ross.
Now what?
It's a legal matter.
Oh, Vanessa, I'm so sorry Ross's lunch hour started 5 minutes ago. You'll have to ask him when he gets back.
Well, it can't wait. I need an answer for H.B. Lewis in case Alan's found guilty.
Somehow, I just don't think Alan's going to be convicted and tried in the next hour, so I'm going to say it again. Ross is out to lunch.
Not from where I stand, he isn't.
Well, then stand over there, turn your back, count to 3, and I guarantee you, when you turn around, we will both be out to lunch.
Did Tony make this drink? It's delicious.
Probably. Maybe the bartender. When'd you start drinking at lunch?
Well, I can't very well toast the success of your new restaurant without a drink. Anyway, I've had a hectic day and I want to relax. Cheers.
Cheers. Jackie, when you, went into business for yourself and opened up the shop, did it give you a real sense of pride and satisfaction?
It's been so long since I opened that shop. I can't really remember how I felt. Yes, it was nice. Very satisfying.
Well, what about now? Is it still exciting?
To tell you the truth, I spend so little time there that I almost forget I own it. Excuse me.
You know, you are very lucky to have found such a good nurse for Samantha, so if you feel like going into the shop now and then, you can.
I suppose.
How you two ladies doing? Would you like me to recite the list of luncheon specialties now, or should I get you another drink first?
Nothing for me. Jackie, would you like to order?
Oh, all right. But I was telling Trish how delicious this drink is. Do you think I could have another daiquiri first?
Another daiquiri. Coming right up.
Jackie, I realize that we haven't known each other that long, and I'm probably way out of line to even bring this up.
What?
Well, do you remember when I told you that while Andy and I were married, I started drinking? No. I take that back. I started getting drunk. A lot. Things weren't going very well for us. I knew that Andy was running around with other women, and I just took every excuse I could to grab a bottle of vodka and make sure that I finished it. What I'm trying to say is that the drinking became a habit, way out of my problem, so that by the time I realized just how hooked I was, it was very difficult to stop.
Trish, if you're worried about me becoming a lush, don't be. As soon as Alan is found and we know whether he's...
Here you go, Miss Smaller.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll let you have the menu now, and I'll come back and recite the luncheon specialties for you in a little while, okay?
Very good.
Excuse me, I get this out of your way.
Thank you, Tony.
You bet.
Jackie, I know that the waiting is awful for you. It's awful for me, too. I mean, Mike is out there somewhere looking for Alan, thinking that the police are going to come help him, and they're not, because they don't even know where he is. But a drink is not going to help my anxiety over his situation. In fact, it would just make me more anxious.
You don't have to tell me about anxiety. I've been living with it for weeks, even before Diane was killed. And not even this drink is going to make that anxiety go away.
Guess I can spend the night in here. This ankle's about... Spaulding Enterprises. Damn, I missed you again. At least I know I'm on the right track.
Is this what you call the good times? Freezing to death, trying to eat a health food lunch on a park bench in the dead of November?
Now, listen. You may be the tiniest bit chilly now, but why don't you consider the fun we'll have warming up?
Spaulding Enterprise. Right in the middle of Alan's office with Vanessa lurking behind the door, looking at our every move. If you thought she was upset before, you ain't seen nothing yet. She's gonna have kittens.
I love your laugh, Ross. Don't ever stop, okay?
Well, with you thinking of one escapade after another, I don't think I could.
What are you doing to that yogurt?
I'm trying to eat it and unfreeze it.
What are you two doing out here? Having a spot of lunch?
On a park bench in November.
Oh, yeah? I bet you two thought you had it made sitting in a nice, cozy restaurant in front of a roaring fire. Please, don't answer.
Before I let you get back to your lunch, I just wanted to tell you that I've decided to pick up the search for Ben that Alan started before he left.
Good. Are you going to start an Idra?
Why the hell would Ben be on Idra?
Well, it was on the postmark on the card that he sent to Jennifer, and he also said that he was at several other Greek islands, so...
Yeah, the note I got from Ben was written on stationery from a hotel in Athens, so at least the man has a place to start now.
And don't you stop until you find him.
I won't. All he kept talking about in his note to Eve is how much he still blamed himself for all my problems. I just hope I get a chance to find him and tell him how wrong he is.
Amanda, I guarantee you, if you can tell him that, he'll be back in a minute.
Well, I hope I have the chance to. I'll let you get back to your lunch.
Thank you.
You'll be off. Goodbye.
Stay warm. Ta-da.
So you remember what I was saying about Amanda and her priorities?
I remember something else about that subject that I like a lot more.
What?
That I am, and always will be, your #1 priority.
That's true.
Prove it.
How?
Kiss me.
Gladly.
Even if it means our lips will be frozen together permanently.
Especially then. Lay 'em on me.
Thanks so much for inviting me over, Mr. McCord.
So when did you talk to Mr. McCord?
Well, actually, I didn't. See, he sent me this lovely invitation inviting us to come over for Thanksgiving dinner. And on the bottom, he wrote that I should feel free to drop in anytime I felt like it. And I did.
I hope you extended the invitation to Tony as well as any of your other children.
Oh, well, oh, my other children, some of them are married. Almost all of them live outside of Springfield. My older daughter, Maureen, lives in New York.
Maureen lives on Long Island.
Well, honey, it's the same thing.
No, it's not, Mom.
No. Anyway, let's not change the subject. I'm sure Tony would love to come if he doesn't have to work.
Well, who's going to cook lunch for the boarders?
Oh, I guess Mrs. Peterson and Mr. Fancher can handle it.
A joke?
Oh, who is Mrs. Peterson and who is Mr. Fancher?
They are very lovely people who have been boarders at our house for a long, long time, and they are very nice.
Mom, you've got to be kidding.
You have to forgive Nola. She has very little tolerance for the older generation. You have to admit, Nola, they were real nice to you. They decorated the house when you were planning to get married. They went to all that trouble.
Mom, can we change the subject, please?
I didn't realize you were planning on getting married, Nola.
Well, they were just plans, you know, that's all there were. I just really hate to talk about it.
I know you do, honey. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Now, Mr. McCall, excuse me. You have a call. It's urgent.
Ah, thank you, Mrs. Renfield. Do you know who it is?
Yes, it's from your colleague. The gentleman who was making the arrangements. Transportation arrangements. It appears he's run into some kind of a problem. He'd like your advice.
I see. Would you excuse me?
What does she mean, transportation? Think he's going on another one of his trips?
I don't know, Mother, but I wish you would have been on one today when you opened your mouth about the wedding. Now you've really started something. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk my way out of this one.
Have you heard from your pilot?
Not yet, Mr. Jennings.
What the hell is going on? He should have picked up my friend by now.
Well, perhaps he did, and he's bringing him back here to Las Palmas.
But he was ordered to radio back here the minute he got his passenger aboard.
Senor, I told you how difficult it would be to navigate a helicopter in those mountains. I'm sure he's concentrating on that and hasn't got time to think about getting back to us.
I still wish he would.
Gotta get there. Guardians of Tay-Day. Gotta get there before dark. No, Wayne, don't leave without me, Wayne. I gotta make it before dark. Guardians of Tay-Day. Gotta get there. Gotta get there. Oh, I can't.
This has been the award-winning Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Furs by the Christie Brothers.